So it appears that on whatever side of the blues you turn to, both the male and female counterpart, it's just not a very palatable news. Chelsea FC, the female team, they had a devastating outing, like the loss to Barcelona. By the way, congratulations to Barcelona, the female team, for winning the Champions League for the very first time after, Lyon so selfishly held on to the trophy for 5 years. And it wasn't like the best of outings, but for me, though Chelsea FC, didn't get the trophy, I would like to think of it as some kind of victory, like a milestone. I mean, this is their first time of getting to the finals, and they are the first runner-up, definitely. Although that it still would have been like a clean record for them. They would have been the second English team to get the trophy after Arsenal won it in 2007. But either way, still women. Women winning for me is a win. A win is a win and is a great outing if you ask me. But what really stood out for me was the fact that the four goals came within 36 minutes, all in the first half. The first one was an own goal, just one crazy moment of indiscretion by Leopold, and I don't know, he just tried to clear the ball, and it happens. And penalty, and then other very clinical, finishing, and all. I mean, well, think of it as a fun fact that comes so early. Do you know that Barcelona happened to be the first Spanish side, the female side this time, that have won the Champions League? So that's a fun fact. You didn't know. Did you know? No, you didn't know. So that's it. So moving on. I don't know who is excited. I am like giddy, literally giddy, because the Euro Champions 2021 is here and it's coming on the June 11th, with 24 teams, with 6 groups, very active 1 month. That will start on the 11th of June. I know the most interesting part of it, that one of the part of the cities that the matches or the games will be hosted in will be in Amsterdam. So that's like a double whammy of excitement for me. But I'll unpack that later. Let's see what happened over the weekend. The Premier League, knowing that this is already like winding down, it's just virtually all the leagues, but the La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, Premier League, Serie F, whatever, if there's anything like that. They're already having the next coming week that, they're having their penultimate, this is like their penultimate games, and it's already winding down. So the winners are just, kind of on the side waiting to surge. Crystal Palace had an outing with Aston Villa, and let me check. Crystal Palace had an outing and they beat Aston Villa by 3 goals to 2, and that means that Crystal Palace are now on the 13th on the Premier League, and then Aston Villa on the 11th of the Premier League. And then Liverpool had an outing with West Brom, and it ended up in a 2-1. Like Liverpool beat West Brom by 2 goals to 1. Definitely Liverpool are now the 5th on the Premier League, and then West Brom are on the 19th position. And then Everton and Sheffield. May I even know what is wrong with Carlos Ancelotti, guys? Goodison Park used to be like a very dreaded zone for Chelsea. Whenever Chelsea are preparing for a game at Everton, I don't know about any other person. I personally have my heart in my mouth, because it usually doesn't end well in Goodison Park. But it seems to be like going down the gallows. They have not been doing well. I think they managed to still stay on the 8th position of the Premier League. Why? And they lost to, guess what? Sheffield. They relegated once. It's very ridiculous. And Wolves, they they lost to Spurs by 2 goals to 0, putting Wolves on the 12th position on the Premier League, and Spurs on the 6th position on the Premier League. And so on the Bundesliga, for me, the Bundesliga is about the most uninteresting at this moment, because it's pretty much clear how it's going to end up. Like I said, over the weekend was that were the penultimate games, and it's pretty much clear for anyone to know where anyone belongs, except for La Liga and Premier League, and of course Serie A. There are still like having this huge mystery surrounding it. Bayern Munchen already have secured a spot, like they are like 10 points away from the second. They are sitting pretty in their 79 points. I mean, it's very, very obvious that they are untouchable, and coming behind them is Lisbeth, so it's pretty much very obvious that Bayern Munchen on Bundesliga side of things, that they are already very secure their spot, because they're like 10 points away from the second. Like, that's a distant second. Okay, and then for La Liga, Atletico Madrid, they're still there, like on very fragile race. Anything could still happen, okay, because they still have the last match on Sunday. That's the match 38 that would be very decisive. So at this moment, Atletico Madrid is on 83 points, while Real Madrid is on 81 points behind them. Barcelona is on 75 points, and and then behind Barcelona is Seville, that is on 74 points. So look at it this way: Atletico Madrid is on 83 points and Real Madrid is on 81 points. So just 1 point separating these two, and they still have one match respectively to decide who, takes the league title. And then they have Barcelona and of course Seville. Barcelona, they are currently on 75 points, while Seville is on 74 points. So it's still like very, like precarious, but it could go either way. And then on Ligue 1, which actually is my favorite, because I have this emotional attachment to PSG. I don't even know. That's a story for another day, by the way. Now, Lille is on 80 points, while PSG is on 79 points, and Monaco is on 77 points, and then Lyon is on 76 points. And with one more match day, like the final match day to go, is still very difficult to, it's still close to call. Like, you can't tell who is going to get a award. So this kind of gives me like the adrenaline push, and like I'm looking to see how it pans out. And then for Premier League, obviously Man City, I don't even know why they had to crown the league winner, so it has taken away the excitement. We're just looking to secure a spot at the end of the day. So right now Manchester United is there, and then Leicester City, and then Chelsea. And it's still like kind of a head-to-head situation, which we definitely will be decided by tomorrow. And that brings me to tomorrow's point on what's gonna happen. FA outing with Leicester City was a disaster because the trophy did not come to Stamford Bridge. It ended up in Kings Park, so you can afford to call it a disaster. Okay, now Leicester City, whether or not they come down to the 10th position or whatever position, haven't secured the FA Cup and the trophy, they have automatically qualified for Europa League. So now Chelsea will have to battle like it's going out of fashion to ensure that they stay, safe in the top 4 position, because it is getting very fierce. They're just 3 points away, 3 points away from Liverpool, and then Leicester City is just like, I think, a point or two away from Chelsea. So you see just how very tough it's going to be, and just how much of desperation you can sense from these guys. And just let me tickle your interest. Do you know that Chelsea have never won any outing for the past 6 Premier Leagues with Leicester? They've never won any game with Leicester City the past 6 Premier Leagues outing. They've only like drawn 4 of their outings with Leicester City, and then lost 2. So it is a game that is difficult to predict. I don't even want to make any prediction, just to be sane, just to keep my sanity intact. I don't even want to try to make any predictions. And for me, I like to think of it as a grudge game, because Chelsea will want to do whatever it takes to try to get back on the good books of their fans. And Leicester City, with the confidence from the last outing with the FA Cup in their kitty, they want to show mastery, try to show superiority. Only God knows what will happen tomorrow, and I'm all for it. But for whatever it takes, for whatever it's is worth, whatever is what my take is, because it's a penultimate outing, Chelsea have a lot of things to lose if they don't win that game. That is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to make any predictions. I'm not going to try to preempt. I'm not even trying to try to hope and wish that Tuchel will want to play this way or that way. No, I leave it all to his imaginations. I'm sure by now he would have suffered a few backlashes, and I'm sure he would have taken his time to like think it through to know what will work and what will not work. I will only have my say. He will have his way. Instead, I look forward to being entertained first, and then if a win comes out of it, that would be like an icing on the cake for me. And who wouldn't like an icing on the cake though? Yeah. So let's look at what the features are for this Europa Champions that is coming on the 11th. God knows that it is one game that I find very fascinating. There are about 24 countries that have qualified for these 2021 finals. All right. And you know, there are also about like 6 groups. And the countries for Group A are Turkey, Italy, Wales, Switzerland. And their games will be played in Rome and Baku. And then for Group B, they have Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Russia, and they will be played across Copenhagen and St. Petersburg. And then for Group C, we have Austria, Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Ukraine. And these matches will be staged in Amsterdam and Bucharest. And then in Group D, there is Croatia, Czech Republic, England, and Scotland. And all these games will be played in Glasgow and London. And then in Group E, there is Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Slovakia. And the matches, of course, will be staged in Bilbao and Dublin. And then the final group, Group F, featuring France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary, and they're all set to have this face-off in Budapest and Munich. So it's going to be like an interesting one, very interesting one, something to cheer you up for this nuisance that causes itself COVID-19. So guys, if you want to get like daily updates on these Euro Champions 2021, I will be your plug. Allow me to be your plug. I promise I'll give you all the updates. I don't know, I think I've had everything like pretty covered up, right? I think I've covered everything, or not. Well, so I don't know what you think. What are your predictions for tomorrow, like Leicester and Chelsea? I'm keeping an open mind because I can't come and kill myself. And I expect the best, hope for the best, and expect the worst. So whatever comes is okay. It doesn't change the fact that the better team will win, whatever it is. So definitely Tuchel, should be the one to have the headache, not me, because he's the one who gets paid in millions and not me. So guys, like I always shamelessly ask that if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please go right ahead and subscribe to this channel and like the videos, because you can't afford not to. I'm having fun and I don't see why you shouldn't be having fun as well. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like this video. Yeah, that's instructive. Like the video and touch your notification to get the video whenever it comes on, and let's have fun, shall we? Let's just have fun. Yeah, that's what it is, and that's what's up. Take care of yourself and be good, stay out of trouble, love your neighbors, love yourselves. My work here is done, but that's where yours starts, so go ahead and subscribe.